Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy, and welcome back to a quick run through. I love properties like this because you're not that far off Atlanta, but you're in the middle of nowhere. You're in the country, and I grew up in the country, believe it or not. So this house started out probably as a modular home, and then they did this addition over here. It it's just we're looking at inspection repairs right now. Some of these things were home added, like the deck right here, so they weren't really built to code. But because it's a single story deck like this, the homeowner who's buying this property has some hands-on skills, so he can add the screwed in joist hangers. Anything he doesn't want to do, we can do. I'd recommend these two posts right here in the dirt. So we'd swap those for 6x6 pressure treated set in concrete. And then the back of the stairs right here needs a brace and post assembly across to support those stairs. But other than that, it's not really going anywhere. As you start to wander around the house, this left corner right here, a lot of the gutters are clogged. And so wherever you have the gutter hitting the side of the house right there, it's missing the kick-out flashing. So it's rotted the soffit and a little bit of siding over there. And you can see where homeowners do this all the time. They'll add this corrugated pipe. The homeowner can do this himself, or we can do it. Just add 4-inch PVC solid pipe with a clean out and run it down. The yard slopes to the back naturally, so it'll drain, but this corrugated stuff always gets clogged. And you'll see another piece of it on the right front there. But this dog ear is rotted right here. The fascia is rotted right here. When you come up underneath, you'll see where it's rotted through. And this is more so that the water's backed up in the gutter, and because none of this stuff was back primed and sealed, it just rotted out. So all the repairs we do, everything is back primed and sealed. It comes with a lifetime of ownership warranty. This is T-111 siding. Can't really get it much anymore. We just have to repair it in a few places. It doesn't need to be replaced. It just needs caulking and painting and that kind of thing that the homeowner can do. A lot of these windows need to be adjusted, and my guys can do that. You don't need to replace the windows. There's two that are rotted through that we'll actually repair them with real wood. And Handy is the only company in Metro Atlanta that will do that. Everybody else will tell you go buy a new window. So you can see where the soffit rotted right here in the corner. And it's really, again, because the gutter's backing up and there's no kick out flashing, so the water's getting into the soffit. So we just point these things out. They're not super huge. They add up a little bit as you're going around making repairs. Got a really nice deck across the front of the property. The inspector was noting that it wasn't flashed. We don't really care because it's got a roof over it. But like here, you've got corrugated pipe that's clogged, and you can see what happens because it rots the soffit and fascia in the corner at the right front. This deck appears to be in pretty good shape. They didn't put a doubled up band board around it, but because it's single story, I would just add screws and joist hangers and you'll be good to go. It looks like they had a above ground pool here at one point, which is what this was probably built for. Coming around the right side, you can see where the T-111 siding has rotted at the bottom. And what ends up happening is, you see that black line under there? The caulk failed. And so every time it rains, the water's wicking up underneath that. And then you got this windows rotted through too. So we'll repair that bottom sash. The mullion we'll replace. The left and right brick molds and frames we'll replace. It's cheaper than replacing all the windows to match, basically, is what we end up with. That streaking you see on the window, that's from board bees. But overall, the siding's not in bad shape. But here we'll cut about a 6-inch cut all the way across on top of this band board right here. And we'll put another trim piece. We can show you in another property we did that too. It's just cheaper and more effective than replacing all the siding. So that's what we do. But you can opt to change all the siding out too. A lot of people don't like T-111. I do. I like the look of it because it reminds me of back up north. Down here, same issue. Had a little insect activity down here. It seems to have passed. My guys will actually cut this piece down here, replace the existing piece of pine that's termite damage, cut up close to the bottom of that HVAC unit right there, which this is old. So the homeowner may want to do away with this and plan on actually having a real HVAC system for the basement. This would make a really nice apartment unit downstairs. And then we need to extend all these gutters away from the house. Get them 5 feet away, because right now that water's falling against the foundation and it's adding to the humidity downstairs and creating a little bit of mold. There was a leak that appears to be active in this left corner. Some of it, I believe, is drainage, is seeping up against the side of the house right here. And you can see it in the baseboards in the basement here. Not a huge concern. And here's what happens with the trim. See the wrinkling right there? That's all rotted out. The sill is rotted out here. and someone came and replaced these noses, but the noses are actually on some of the windows are tilted towards the house. So instead of draining away, it drains into the wall cavity. Same with the right side here. Someone just caulked that, but those are rotted. The door jamb right here, we can just get a slab for this. We can replace the whole door, whatever they want to do. It's rusted through anyway. We'll just price it to repair it for now, but we can replace it as well if they want. This deck right here, the posts are set in concrete. If they'll just add screwed in joist hangers on all these joists and a little bit of blocking to keep it from racking with time. They're in pretty good shape. Again, the stairs, a brace and post assembly should be built to take that weight. Same thing on the back here. These stairs right here should just be ripped off and rebuilt. They're just so rotted that they're not really worth keeping. But as you go around the house, it's actually in decent shape. It's all little stuff that has to be addressed. I'd get all your rotted wood squared away. The windows can be kept. They just need adjusting, and the guys can do that. The siding here on the chimney is just shot right here. This T-111, we need to just go ahead and take it down and replace that with hardy panels. It's a concrete board made kind of similar, not as wide channeled as this. And then you can see like the corner boards up here where they made that horizontal cut. Good carpenters always use a weather cut. It's angled so the moisture will drain away. Here it's horizontal, so it rotted the new, these are replacement boards. They weren't back primed and sealed. So that's rotted up there, and it added to the rot in the siding. This chimney was rebuilt not that long ago. I'm gonna guess maybe 5 or 6 years ago. But whoever did it was kind of a hobbyist contractor. They probably replaced this bottom plate, was rotted out, and that's been replaced. But see how they did this corner board right here? And then you look at the gaps in it. Everywhere you see black is usually bad on your house. So keep your eye, train your eye for the black. This piece right here, this piece of trim, they probably don't have Centricom or anything like that out here for termites. This piece was built too close to the ground, so the termites got into it. So we'll replace that cap board right there with pressure treated, and then seal this gap in the concrete right up here. But overall, the exterior is not in bad shape. When you look at the deck, I mean, these stairs were never really built right. I think when they did these pressure treated posts on the blocks right here, they started out as a solid piece on the ground and it rotted. So we would end up replacing this one post on the stairs here. And then when we rebuild the stairs, you got to have a post on the other side. You need a post every 6 feet. You can see where the stringers are just split and weathered, and whoever built it just left it. So from right here in this area down, we would replace all of that. The rest of it is salvageable. The new buyer can keep it. And I think that pretty much covers most of it. There's a little bit here on this side over here. And again, I'm trying to race. We've got bad weather coming. Here someone did this right. That's a weather cut right there. But because they didn't back prime and seal the replacement piece, the video's not going to show it, but it's rotted out again right at the joint. So it's really important to get a weather cut like that and make sure your contractor is back priming and sealing the replacement piece of wood and the inside edge of the old piece. It'll never rot out again if you do it that way. Here on the siding right here, you can see how it caught so much water, and some of that's from the window above that wasn't repaired properly. So that nose is rotted, the left and right frames are rotted. So I think there's 3 windows, and you can see the sash is rotted all the way through. There's only 2 windows that are rotted all the way through, so that's pretty good, but we can fix them. And then you can kind of see back here on the stairs, and under there is where we put that brace and post assembly. Sorry to race through this one. You couldn't hear the thunder and lightning coming, but it's getting ready to get us. You know, they set a pad here. Back on this one, there's no pad under their stairs, and that's kind of how it rotted too. But it's a really cool house. If you want to be out in the country, this is nice. They do need a new roof. There's one vent boot that's really raised on the main masthead over there that we need to seal. But I think they're going to be negotiating to get a new roof in here as well. But very cool place to call home. Hopefully the buyers will be happy here. I'm Andy with HandyANdy. My brother and I run a crew, and we pretty much do everything. I'm not sitting in office. If I'm not out doing quotes like this, I'm out swinging a hammer with my guys. You can reach us in the office. Sometimes you can catch me at 770-265-9017. See you at the next house. Bye for now.